I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi. This is my YouTube channel, Tanis Leonhardi, and I'm filming this on Sunday, 28 January 2024, and I'm thinking about filming this, if I have time, posting it, and then going off and looking at potentially getting a new pair of shoes from Roadrunner Sports. And so I've done a couple of athletic performance contextualizations already this morning, and I was like, but I'm a runner, and my race is the 1 mile run, specifically the 1 mile road run, but I've the 1 mile run more generally. It's like I should do something. I've said I found a home in running of recent, and there's been Jakob Ingebrigtsen, John Landy, and then the Swedes, and I was like, I should do one of the Swedes. So this is my take on the Arne Andersson 1 mile run, 4 minutes 1.6 seconds from 18 July 1944. It was a 1 mile run race in Malmö, Sweden, with a time of 4 minutes and 1.6 seconds in the final on 18 July 2024. 1944. If I'm feeling ambitious, I'll look up what day of the week that was. With his time, he achieved a personal best time and a world record. I provide my perspective on his performance and contextualize it in terms of the timeline of World War II, as well as the running training practices of male Swedish runners in the 1940s and 1950s in relation to some of my current training methods that I started using in January 2006 when I started running, and I started running with myself as coach. Okay, so let's do, first off, what day of the week was it? This is per Apple calendar. It was a Tuesday. Tuesday, 18 July 1944. Most of these times were on dirt tracks. So weather conditions mattered a whole lot more than they do in per tracks of modern times of today. It is back when I did actually, the Swedes are not entirely new to me. There were some, I am Norwegian, so there's the Scandinavian cohort of runners, which are there's not necessarily a whole lot, especially at the top level. And so I knew of Arne Andersson in Gunnar Haag, but not necessarily in depth. And they were a couple of the names that I was like, I should try and remember. I probably won't, but I should try and remember when I was started running back in 2006. And like the years that followed that, and kind of being like, how well versed should I be in running, especially if I'm a road runner, that kind of thing. Like, what do I focus on? Because I do the 1 mile run, which is kind of a weird road run, actually. It can be straight away, it can be curved, it can be, it's a very different than a track race. So it was a fast time. It was he and a fellow Swede they were improving the world record on their own, but also together. And so that's my perspective on it. I'm trying to make this a briefer one again. Contextualize it in terms of the timeline of World War II. So World War II ended, as I've been taught, in September 1945. So this was over a year before the end of World War II. Timeline. And then contextual, and that plays into the, I wonder, with their training methods and training practices of the male Swedish runners in the 1940s and 1950s, which is actually a bit of what I do. They trained on the trails, they trained away from the stadiums, away from the tracks, and they used it only for competition. And I kind of wonder if partially that's just what they enjoyed, but partially it's safety, right? When Europe is being bombed, because World War II is being fought on their soil, I kind of wonder if part of it was respect the track and treat it as sacred and for competition, which he was part of the Swede cohort that did that. But I also wonder if it was partially safety motivated. Like, don't overly expose oneself in an area that might be targeted by attacks because of the war. So in thinking, I was like, those two might be actually kind of related, right? Some people left the cities to get away from the bombings and stuff like that. But then return, briefly for the competition. But, they could have trained in the cities and If the cities are like the cities of the Pacific Northwest, you know, we got trees everywhere. We provide the oxygen supply for rural America, you know, the Pacific Northwest, with our temperate rainforests. Well, not just us, but some of the other temperate rainforest states. They don't have the vegetation for the oxygen supply to sustain their population. So a lot of it comes from regions of this country and the world with vegetation that do provide oxygen supplies for people. So yeah, that's my contextualization. It was fast. It was a world record at the time. It's faster than me. It's over 25 seconds faster than me. Is it over 20? Nope. It's over 20. Yes. No. It's over 20 seconds faster than me. 24 seconds faster than me. It's over 24 seconds faster than me. Something like that. 4:35.99. Mine's a road time. But I would say with some of their, especially when they didn't wear spikes on the roads, not the roads, on the track, I would say some of these times I would guess are actually pretty analogous to road times, like of today. Like they were, it was a different sport than modern running on a very like springy indoor or outdoor track of today, right? They were. It was harder running conditions. So that's my contextualization. Is it got me thinking. And he's one of the runners I identify with per ethnic region and training methods. So there we go. Happy day and time of viewing to you. I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi. That is my YouTube channel, Tanis Leonhardi. I'm filming this Sunday, 28 January 2024. A happy place of viewing wherever you're viewing this from. I'm filming this in the greater Seattle area, northern suburbs of Seattle, King County, Washington State, United States of America, planet Earth, the original.